So in the previous video, we were able to find this A naught coefficient. We found that it was going to be 1/2. So this was the result, the final result. In this video, we're going to find the A sub n coefficient, and in the next video, we'll find the B sub n coefficient. So for the A sub n, we have this integral. It's a cosine integral. We know that because of the way our switch works, it's switching from 1 to 0. And we had a period of 2 pi, so from minus pi to pi. We know that instead of needing to integrate our whole period, so from minus period half to period half, because of this way, we can actually just integrate from minus pi half to pi half, which is the same as quarter period minus quarter period to quarter period. So we made this simplification, and then do recall that this pulsing switch has a radial frequency of 1. So we will replace in this integral. We're able to change this Wt to 1 because our switch goes from 1 to 0, and we're able to go to quarter period minus quarter period to quarter period. Now we will perform the integral. We have this sine value. We need to evaluate from 2 pi quarter minus 2 pi quarter to 2 pi quarter. We'll simplify this to being minus pi half to pi half. We will substitute our omega naught, right? So this value, omega naught, is actually 1, right? So for this pulse, we have a radial frequency of 1. So we will substitute that in. We've substituted in our period, our radial frequency, and so on. Now let's evaluate. Once we have this evaluation, the only variable that's left in here is this n. Simplifying by the odd property now gives us this result for the integral. And if we are to simplify this down a bit further by distributing through this parentheses, we now have this result for our A sub n coefficient. Now we can further simplify this even more by noticing, right, that if n is an even number, then we are going to get a 0 out of this sine function, right? So that means that at 2 pi half, right? So 2 pi half equals pi. We know that sine of pi is equal to 0. Now we have this other case where n could be 1, 5, 9, 13, or 3, 7, 11, 15. And let's see why that's the difference, right? So when n is equal to 1, right, this is the case where we're at if we're thinking about our circle, when n is equal to 1, we're on the top here. So we get the positive value. So when n is equal to 1, this result is pi half. So we're at pi half, so this is a positive number. And so it simplifies down to just the coefficient. Now, if we have n as 3, 7, 11, these are going to be here at the bottom, right? So 3 pi half, right? We go rotate to pi half, to pi, to 3 pi halves. We're down at the bottom. That gives us a minus. So then we take this coefficient and multiply it by -1. So we have these 3 different results that we can use to simplify our A sub n for the various cases of n.